Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Shikha Prasad, lecturer of economics from the Arihant College of Arts, Commerce and Science. Today, I am going to explain you about the cardinal utility approach in this video. Now, I have already explained you about the concept of utility and its type in the previous video. So, before starting the cardinal utility approach, I just wanted to describe you in brief that what is utility. Utility is the want satisfying power of any commodity. When a consumer consumes any commodity, he gets satisfied after his consumption. It is because the commodity has some power to satisfy the wants of the consumer. Now, utility are of two types, that is total utility and marginal utility. Now here in this video we discuss about the utility approaches. It means how utility is measured. There are two approaches of measurement of utility. First concept is called cardinal approach. Second concept is called ordinal approach. The cardinal utility approach is the first part of consumer behavior and the ordinal approach is the second part of the consumer behavior. In cardinal approach, the economists believe that the utility can be measured, but in ordinal approach, economists believe that utility can't be measured. So let's start with the cardinal utility approach. Now, cardinal utility analysis and ordinal utility analysis. These are the two concepts of utility analysis. Now, just have a brief concept about the two approaches. First, cardinal utility analysis. This analysis is given by Alfred Marshall. According to him, utility can be measured. It means when a consumer consumes anything, he gets some utility and that utility can be measured in terms of numbers, and the unit through which the utility can be measured according to Marshall is utils. He gave a term for the measurement of utility that is called utils. Now, it is a quantitative method in which the utility can be measured in terms of numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Now, there are two laws based on this cardinal utility analysis, that is law of diminishing marginal utility and second one, that is law of equimarginal utility. Law of diminishing marginal utility is given by Alfred Marshall. Now, this cardinal utility analysis is totally a Marshallian analysis. The second concept or the second approach is the ordinal utility analysis. This analysis is given by J.R. Hicks and R.G.D. Allen. According to him, utility cannot be measured but compared as rank. The most important tool through which the ordinal utility analysis can be measured or can be ranked, we can say can be ranked with the help of indifference curve. So it is also called an indifference curve analysis. Now, here in this video, we just learned only about the cardinal utility analysis. So let's proceed and start the concept of cardinal utility approach. Cardinal utility. The definition of cardinal utility. The cardinal utility approach is propounded by neoclassical economists who believe that utility is measurable and the customer can express his satisfaction in cardinal or quantitative numbers such as 1, 2, 3 and so on. It was Alfred Marshall who first discussed the role played by the theory of utility in the theory of value. Now, cardinal utility approach is that approach in which it is believed that the consumer gets satisfaction from the consumption of a commodity and that satisfaction can be measured in the terms of numbers, like when a consumer takes first unit of chapati, he get maximum utility, that is 10 utils. When he get second unit of chapati, he get less utility from the first unit, so it can be expressed in terms of number, that is 8 utils and so on. So it is the theory which is given by Alfred Marshall. Now, the neoclassical economists developed the theory of consumption based on the assumption that utility is measurable and can be expressed cardinally. And to do so, they have introduced a hypothetical unit called as utils, meaning the unit of utility. Here, 1 util is equivalent to 1 rupee and the utility of money remains constant. As we know that consumption based on the assumption that utility is measurable can be expressed cardinally, or it means it can be measured in numbers. And if we measure anything in numbers, we need a measuring unit like kg, gram, etc. So here, for measuring utility in terms of number, Marshall used a term or unit that is called utils, and this util is equivalent to 1 rupee, and here in this theory the utility of money remains constant. Now let's move. The cardinal utility approach used in analyzing the consumer's behavior depends on the following assumptions. Now, the utility approach or the cardinal utility approach is based on some assumptions. These assumptions are: first, rationality. It is assumed that consumers are rational and they satisfy their wants in order of their preference. This means they will purchase those commodity first which yields the highest utility and then the second highest, and so on. Rational consumer means those consumers who want to maximize their level of satisfaction. So, in this approach, it is mentioned that this means that they will purchase those commodity first which yield highest utility. As we know that consumer wants to get maximum satisfaction, so consumer will choose those commodities which give maximum satisfaction first, and then they prefer those commodity which is least important than the first one. Now next, limited resources, that is money. The consumer has limited money to spend on the purchase of goods and services, and thus this makes the consumer buy those commodities first which is a necessity. Now, as we already know that money is used as a resource, we need money to buy anything in this world. So this money is limited because every consumer has limited money or limited budget. So the consumer has limited money to spend on the purchase of goods and services. This means that consumer buy those commodities first which is necessity or which is most important. Now next, maximize satisfaction. As we know that consumer is rational, so a rational consumer always wants to maximize his satisfaction, and this is the assumption of the cardinal utility approach. Every consumer aims at maximizing his or her satisfaction for the amount of money he or she spends on the goods and services. So, as consumer is rational and he wants to maximize his satisfaction, so he spent his money on only those goods and services which give him maximum satisfaction. Now next, utility is cardinally measurable. It is assumed that the utility is measurable and the utility derived from one unit of commodity is equal to the amount of money which a consumer is ready to pay for it. That is, 1 util is equals to 1 unit of money. Now, in this approach, it is said that utility is assumed that it is assumed that utility is measurable. We can measure the utility in terms of number, that is in terms of quantity, and the utility derived from 1 unit of commodity is equal to the amount of money. It means that we spend our money on those goods from where we get equal amount of satisfaction from that commodity and the money which I am spending on that commodity is equal. So unit of satisfaction and unit of money spent on them is always equal. Next, diminishing marginal utility. This means with the increased consumption of a commodity, the utility derived from each successive unit goes on diminishing. This law holds true for the theory of consumer behavior. Now, This utility approach is based on diminishing marginal utility. This explains that when a consumer consume more units of commodity, after consuming each successive unit, his marginal utility from further units goes on diminishing, because the marginal utility from every successive units gets diminished. This law holds true because consumer have a behavior that with further units of consumption his uh, satisfaction diminishes for the further units. Next, marginal utility of money is constant. It is the most important assumption of this cardinal utility approach that money and its utility is assumed to be constant. It is assumed that marginal utility of money remains constant irrespective of the level of consumer's income. Now, next, utility is additive. The cardinalists believe that not only the utility is measurable, but also the utility derived from the consumption of different commodities are added up to realize the total utility. It is believed that the utility or the marginal utility from each unit can be equal to the total utility. So it is additive or added up to realize the total utility. Now, we summarize the cardinal utility approach as thus the cardinal utility approach is used as a basis for explaining the consumer behavior, where every individual aims at maximizing his or her utility or satisfaction for the amount of money he spends on the consumption of goods and services. Over the passage of time, it was realized that the absolute measure of utility is not possible. That is, it was difficult to measure the feeling of satisfaction cardinally in numbers. It is very important thing described here that the satisfaction which a consumer receives or derives after the consumption is a psychological feeling. We can't express our feeling, that is, we are feeling cold, we are feeling angry in terms of numbers. So, satisfaction is also a kind of psychological term. When we eat something, we feel happy. When we eat something and we don't like that, then we are not feeling happy. So, this feeling is a psychological term, and how can any consumer can explain it, this psychological feeling, in the terms of number? So it was difficult to measure the feeling of satisfaction cardinally. Therefore, the utility is not measurable in quantitative terms, but however it is being used as the starting point in the consumer behavior analysis. Now, it is most important drawback of or critics of this cardinal utility approach that utility cannot be measured in terms of number, and it is not practical, and it is totally based on hypothetical analysis, but it is being used as the starting point in the consumer behavior. So here we explain you about the cardinal utility approach and its assumptions in this video. Now, thank you everyone for watching this video.